All right, I'm back with the next part. So, when President Hung offers Sung the position of chairman of the juggling project, Sung declines and returns home. The next day, the city is celebrating New Year's Eve, so Sung takes Tatien out for a walk. When Tatien finds his favorite toy, he insists he buy it. Sung buys it for him. The two of them wander around the neighborhood when suddenly an accident occurs. A large platform breaks and falls on everyone. This causes everyone to panic and run around. The accident injures some children and several other people. Seeing this, Sung quickly puts Tatien in a safe place and asks the owner of a nearby shop to take care of his wife until he returns. He then quickly runs to everyone who needs his help. Just after he rescues two people, an old woman comes crying to him, asking if he can go and help her. She starts crying and Shulang calms her down. Then he runs to save the woman. Meanwhile, he notices Fan Xiao in the crowd helping some people, but in the blink of an eye, he disappears. Shulang thinks it was just his imagination, because how could Fan come there? He quickly gathers his composure and runs to save the baby. Just then, he hears a voice, and it's the Bao Tian, who was also trapped there. He tells Shulang to save him first. He needs his help. But Shulang ignores her and quickly goes to the baby. He rescues him and brings him out. The woman comes to him and says it's not his baby. His baby is on the other side. Shulang runs to that side, but by then, he's also very tired. His legs start shaking. He can't fall. Just then, Fan comes and hugs him. Seeing him suddenly in front of him makes Shulang angry, but also a little happy. "Shulang, are you okay? Are you hurt?" Shulang says, "No, I'm perfectly fine." But Fan hugs him tightly and says, "No, come with me to the hospital right now. You need treatment." Shulang holds his hand and says nothing is wrong. He just felt a little dizzy. Fan quickly checks him over, and when he realizes he's fine, he calms down a bit. Meanwhile, Zubami loudly calls out to them, "Hey, if your romantic moment is over, can you both help me? I'm stuck here." Shulang says, "Wait, I'm coming for you too." Fan stops him. "Don't help him. He can get out on his own. Look how he's lying there." Shulang says, "No, he really needs our help, so I should help him." He goes and pulls him out and also rescues the baby. But there were many other people inside who needed their help, so Fan and Shulang go inside and somehow save them all. When the situation is under control, Shulang comes out and breathes a sigh of relief. Fan Xiao was carrying a baby in her arms. He runs to the ambulance and then looks back at Shulang. There were smiles on both their faces. The next day, Shulang meets his friends again and they all celebrate at a bar. Meanwhile, Fan Xiao is shown buying some medicine and returning to his room. It was originally a storage room, but he's staying there these days. After a while, he hears a car stop outside. A man slowly approaches the door. He doesn't knock. Fan goes and opens the door himself, wondering who might have come to see him at this hour. But when he opens the door, there's no one there. He steps out to see who it is. Then he notices Shulang standing against a sidewall smoking a cigarette. "Don't worry, it's me. Won't you invite me in?" Fan moves aside so Shulang can come in. Once inside, Fan closes the door and offers Shulang a chair. But by then, he's already sitting on the bed and asks, "I'm sitting right here. Is there a problem?" Fan asks him. He says no and sits down on the chair. "You won't ask me why I'm here?" Fan tells him, "No, I don't have the courage. But if you want to tell me, I'll listen." Shulang says, "I'm here to talk about the Changeling Project. Do you want to atone?" Fan tells him, no, he was just worried about her when she lost her apartment and job. He was afraid she might hurt herself. That's why Fan Xiao had kept that amount ready for her so she could use it when she needed it. Shulang says, "Do you think I'll be able to use that amount?" Fan tells him, "I just wanted you to live your life well, and for that you needed money. But I didn't know that after I left your life, you could live your life so well without my money. I'm so happy to see that. With the money I earn now, I can take care of myself, and I won't have any children in the future. So I want you to set aside all that money for Tatien's future, because he's the only child we both saved. even if Tatian doesn't like him, I'll still treat him like my own. Hearing this, Shulang is a little impressed. Fan Xiao thinks he'll leave now, so he gets up and is about to head for the door. Then Shulang says, "Okay, I'll keep the money. Do you live here?" Fan says, "No, the caretaker here has taken a few days off for New Year's, and he can't find anyone else in such a short time, so he'll be staying here for a few days." Shulang tells him to come and sit next to him. Fan gets up and slowly sits next to him, and then Shulang asks, "You didn't do anything with Lub, but why?" Fan tells him, "From the information I got, I think he's a good person. That's why." Shulang says, "And if he's not a good person, well, I'll assume he is, then you should say congratulations to both of us. Surely that day, like every day, you were downstairs at my complex, so you must have seen us kissing." Fan looks at him with a little anger. "Look, if you've come here just to talk about all this, then don't. I'm already guilty and I haven't done anything because I just want to see you happy. I don't want to hurt you anymore. You know, my heart told me many times to take revenge, but I couldn't because I knew that if I did, you would move away from me. So I felt I only had one option, to stay away from you and never interfere with your happiness. But if you keep coming to me and approaching me like this, I might not be able to control my feelings." Shulang gets up and holds his face. "So will you answer one question? If I live with you in the future, will you be able to live well?" Seeing him, Fan remains silent, he asks again, "Tell me, if I live with you in the future, will you obey everything I say? Will you live well with me?" Fan, surprised, holds him and says, "Yes, Shulang, I promise I will obey everything you say. I will talk to you nicely, I will treat you well, and I will never behave in a way. I won't do anything that will hurt you." So Shulang whispers into his ear, "You just said if I come to you and approach you, you won't be able to control your feelings. So should I unbutton your shirt or will you do it yourself?" Fan is surprised to hear this and, smelling him gently, asks, "Shulang, are you drunk?" Shulang smiles, "Why don't you like it?" Fan pushes him away slightly and says, "You're drunk, and tomorrow when you sober up, you'll be angry at yourself, and then will you start hating me again and never come back to me? And I don't want that. For so long I've been controlling my feelings, hoping that one day you'll come back to me, and I don't want to ruin it. I'll go far if I have to have you back in my life, but I can't be close to you just for tonight. Or is that what you're thinking? You'll come to me whenever you're drunk?" Shulang asks him again, "Do you really not want that?" Fan says, "No." So Shulang opens his jacket and puts it on the bed. Fan approaches him again, "Do you not like me or are you bored of me?" Fan replies, "Sul, are you crazy?" Sung replies, "He's too busy with his own problems to think about it." The more Fan tries to ignore him, the more Shulang tries to attract him. So in this situation, is it easy for Fan to just let Sung go? No, and yes, a wonderful love scene is about to unfold right here. After a long time, everything will be fine between them, and this night will be very special. So the next day, when Sung wakes up, he hears Fang's voice. He's telling someone outside that he doesn't need to go inside and put everything away because someone is resting inside. Hearing this, the person asks, "Is there anyone resting inside?" "But who?" Fan proudly declares that he's her partner. Hearing this, Shulang blushes. He gets up mid-sentence and begins to put on his clothes, only to have flashbacks from last night. His cheeks flush. He didn't realize Fan had been standing behind him for some time. As he turns around, he sees Fan, but Fan is busy putting on his clothes again. Fan asks, "Are you leaving?" Shulang replies, "Yes, I'm very hungry." Fan's face turns sad again, as if he's losing his love again. Shulang has come to him by then. He holds his hand and says sweetly, "I have to go get breakfast, so let's go together, partner." "All right," he says. Finally, Shulang has accepted him as her partner. "Okay, I'll be back soon for the last episode, but see you soon and Happy New Year."